Good morning and welcome to this journey of calm and gratitude. Today we're going to explore how you can start your day with mindfulness, a practice rooted in Buddhism, meditation, and modern science that has transformed countless lives around the world. Whether you're new to mindfulness or looking for ways to deepen your practice, this video is designed to guide you step by step toward creating a peaceful and intentional start to your day. By cultivating awareness, gratitude, and presence, you'll not only reduce stress but also enhance your overall well-being. So take a deep breath, inhale through your nose, hold it for just a moment, and exhale slowly through your mouth. Let's begin. Mindfulness at its core is about being fully present in each moment without judgment. It invites us to slow down, tune into our thoughts, emotions, and sensations, and connect deeply with ourselves and the world around us. This ancient practice, which originated in Buddhist teachings thousands of years ago, has found its way into modern life as a powerful tool for managing stress, improving mental health, and fostering greater joy and fulfillment. But why focus on mornings? Well, research shows that how we start our day sets the tone for everything that follows. A rushed, chaotic morning often leads to a frazzled, reactive day. On the other hand, a mindful morning creates space for clarity, calm, and purpose. When you dedicate even a few minutes to mindfulness upon waking, you give yourself the gift of intentionality. You remind yourself that you are in control of how you show up in the world, not external circumstances, not emails, not social media notifications. This isn't about adding another thing to your to-do list. It's about simplifying your mornings so they feel nourishing rather than draining. And here's the best part. You don't need any special equipment, skills, or spiritual beliefs to practice mindfulness. All you need is a willingness to pause, breathe, and pay attention. Throughout this video, we'll cover 10 chapters that will walk you through different aspects of morning mindfulness. From understanding the science behind it, to practical exercises like breathing techniques, gratitude practices, and mindful movement, you'll discover tools that you can incorporate into your daily routine immediately. These practices are suitable for everyone, whether you're a complete beginner or someone who already has experience with mindfulness. As we move forward together, I invite you to approach this content with an open heart and mind. There's no right or wrong way to be mindful. The goal isn't perfection, it's progress. Some days you might find it easy to settle into stillness. Other days your mind might race, and that's okay too. What matters most is showing up consistently, even if it's just for a few moments. Before we dive into the first chapter, let me encourage you to create a cozy environment for yourself. Maybe dim the lights, light a candle, or grab a warm cup of tea. Allow yourself to fully immerse in this experience. Remember, this time is for you. Now, let's embark on this transformative journey together. In the next section, we'll explore what morning mindfulness truly means and why it's such a powerful practice. Are you ready? Let's go. Chapter 1. What is morning mindfulness? In this chapter, we're going to dive deep into the essence of morning mindfulness, what it truly means, why it's so transformative, and how you can weave it into the fabric of your daily life. This isn't just about defining mindfulness, it's about understanding its profound impact on your mornings, your mindset, and ultimately, your entire day. So settle in, take a deep breath, and let's explore this concept together. Morning mindfulness is more than just a buzzword or a fleeting trend. It's a way of life. At its heart, it's about cultivating presence, awareness, and gratitude as soon as you open your eyes each day. It's the practice of choosing to wake up fully, to be here now, instead of stumbling through your morning in a haze of autopilot behaviors. Think about it. How often do you wake up, grab your phone, scroll through social media, check emails, and rush out the door without even pausing to acknowledge the gift of a new day? If this sounds familiar, don't worry, you're not alone. Many of us live our lives this way, but the good news is that it doesn't have to stay this way. Morning mindfulness offers a path forward, a way to reclaim your mornings and set the tone for the rest of your day. Let's break this down further. The word mindfulness itself comes from ancient Buddhist teachings, where it was referred to as sati, which roughly translates to awareness or attention. In its simplest form, mindfulness means paying attention to the present moment without judgment. It's about noticing what's happening right here, right now, whether that's the sensation of your feet touching the floor, the taste of your morning coffee, or the rhythm of your breath. But when we talk about morning mindfulness specifically, we're narrowing our focus to the first moments of your day, the time when your mind is still fresh, uncluttered by distractions, and ripe with potential. Why mornings? Well, think about the power of beginnings. Mornings are symbolic. They represent renewal, possibility, and hope. Each morning is a blank slate, an opportunity to start anew. When you dedicate even a few minutes to mindfulness at the start of your day, you lay the foundation for calm, clarity, and intentionality. You give yourself permission to slow down, breathe deeply, and connect with your inner self before the demands of the outside world come rushing in. Now let's contrast two very different ways of starting your day. Imagine waking up late, scrambling to get ready, skipping breakfast because you're running behind, and checking your phone while brushing your teeth. Your mind is already racing with thoughts of deadlines, meetings, and errands. By the time you leave the house, you're frazzled, tense, and overwhelmed. How do you think the rest of your day will unfold? Chances are you'll carry that stress, tension with you, reacting impulsively to challenges and feeling drained by the end of the day. Now picture a different scenario. You wake up naturally, stretch your body, take a few deep breaths, and sip a cup of tea while watching the sunrise. You write down 3 things you're grateful for and spend 5 minutes focusing on your breath. As you move through your morning routine, you do so with intention and presence. How does this version of your day feel compared to the first? The difference is profound, isn't it? That's the magic of morning mindfulness. It gives you a sense of agency over your day instead of letting external factors dictate your mood and energy levels. It helps you approach challenges with clarity and compassion rather than reacting impulsively. And perhaps most importantly, it reminds you that you are in control of how you show up in the world. Not your inbox, not your to-do list, and certainly not the endless stream of notifications vying for your attention. But what makes mindfulness so effective? One reason lies in the science behind it. When you engage in mindful activities, something incredible happens in your brain. Studies have shown that regular mindfulness practices can rewire neural pathways, strengthening areas associated with decision-making, empathy, and emotional regulation, while quieting those linked to fear and anxiety. For example, research conducted at Harvard University found that participants who practiced mindfulness meditation for just 8 weeks experienced significant increases in gray matter density in the hippocampus, the part of the brain responsible for learning and memory, and decreases in the amygdala, the part of the brain responsible for stress and fear. Another fascinating aspect of mindfulness is its ability to foster gratitude and self-compassion. When you take time to appreciate the little things, like the warmth of your blanket, the sound of birds chirping outside your window, or the taste of your morning coffee, you train your brain to focus on positivity rather than negativity. Over time, this rewiring leads to increased happiness, resilience, and overall well-being. So how can you incorporate mindfulness into your mornings? There are countless ways to do this, and the beauty of mindfulness is that it's highly adaptable. Here are a few ideas to get you started. First, consider setting aside 10-15 minutes specifically for mindfulness. This could involve meditation, journaling, or simply sitting quietly and observing your surroundings. If you're new to meditation, don't worry, it doesn't have to be complicated. Start by finding a comfortable position, closing your eyes if you feel safe doing so, and focusing on your breath. Notice the sensation of air entering and leaving your nostrils. If your mind wanders, and it almost certainly will, that's okay. Gently bring your attention back to your breath without judgment. Second, Prioritize activities that bring you joy and relaxation. This might include drinking tea, reading a book, practicing yoga, or taking a mindful walk. The key is to choose activities that help you feel grounded and connected to the present moment. Third, avoid distractions like your phone or TV during this time. Instead, use these moments to connect with yourself and the world around you. If you absolutely must check your phone, consider setting boundaries. For example, waiting until after your mindfulness practice to scroll through social media or respond to emails. It's also important to note that there's no one-size-fits-all approach to morning mindfulness. What works for one person might not work for another, and that's perfectly fine. Some people love starting their day with a guided meditation, while others prefer journaling or practicing yoga. Experiment with different techniques until you find what feels most natural and enjoyable for you. One final thought before we move on: don't put pressure on yourself to get it right. Mindfulness is called a practice for a reason. Some mornings will flow effortlessly, while others might feel challenging. That's completely normal. What matters most is showing up every day, even if it's just for a few moments, and giving yourself permission to be present. In the next chapter, we'll delve deeper into the science behind mindfulness and explore how it impacts both your brain and your overall well-being. Until then, take a moment to reflect on what you've learned so far. How can you begin incorporating mindfulness into your mornings? What small steps can you take today to create a more intentional and peaceful start to your day? Remember, every journey begins with a single step. Yours starts now. Chapter 2. The Science Behind Mindfulness. In this chapter, we're going to explore the fascinating research that explains why mindfulness works and how it can transform your brain, body, and overall well-being. If you've ever wondered whether mindfulness is just a trendy buzzword or if it has real, tangible benefits, this is the chapter for you. We'll dive deep into the science, unpacking studies, theories, and practical applications so you can understand the profound impact mindfulness can have on your life. Let's start with the basics. What exactly happens in your brain when you practice mindfulness? To answer that question, we need to look at neuroscience, the study of how our brains function and adapt over time. One of the most groundbreaking discoveries in recent years is the concept of neuroplasticity. Neuroplasticity refers to the brain's ability to reorganize itself by forming new neural connections throughout life. This means that your brain isn't fixed. It's constantly evolving based on your experiences, habits, and behaviors. And guess what? Mindfulness plays a key role in shaping those changes. When you engage in mindfulness practices, whether it's meditation, focused breathing, or simply paying attention to the present moment, you activate specific regions of your brain while deactivating others. For example, studies using MRI scans have shown that regular mindfulness meditation increases gray matter density in areas like the prefrontal cortex, hippocampus, and anterior cingulate cortex. These regions are responsible for decision-making, emotional regulation, memory, and self-awareness. At the same time, mindfulness reduces activity in the amygdala, which is often referred to as the fear center of the brain because it triggers stress responses like anxiety and fight or flight reactions. To put it simply, mindfulness helps strengthen the parts of your brain that promote calmness, clarity, and compassion while quieting the parts that fuel fear and stress. This shift creates a more balanced mental state, making it easier to navigate challenges without becoming overwhelmed. But the benefits don't stop there. Research has also shown that mindfulness can positively affect physical health. For instance, a landmark study conducted at Harvard Medical School found that participants who practiced mindfulness meditation for 8 weeks experienced significant reduction in cortisol levels, the hormone associated with stress. Lower cortisol levels not only improve mood, but also boost immune function, lower blood pressure, and reduce inflammation. Other studies have linked mindfulness to improved sleep quality, better digestion, and even slower aging at the cellular level. Now let's talk about some of the specific ways mindfulness impacts different aspects of your well-being. First, consider its effects on mental health. Anxiety and depression are two of the most common mental health challenges people face today, and mindfulness has been shown to be an effective tool for managing both. A meta-analysis published in JAMA Internal Medicine reviewed 47 clinical trials involving over 3,500 participants and concluded that mindfulness meditation programs led to moderate improvements in anxiety, depression, and pain. How does this work? By teaching you to observe your thoughts and emotions without judgment. Mindfulness helps break the cycle of rumination and negative thinking that often fuels these conditions. Instead of getting caught up in spiraling worries or self-criticism, you learn to acknowledge them, let them pass, and return to the present moment. Second, mindfulness enhances focus and productivity. In our fast-paced, distraction-filled world, maintaining concentration can feel nearly impossible, but research shows that mindfulness strengthens attention span and improves cognitive performance. A study conducted at the University of California, Santa Barbara, found that students who participated in a 2-week mindfulness training program performed better on reading comprehension tests and had improved working memory capacity compared to those who didn't receive the training. Why? Because mindfulness trains your brain to stay anchored in the present moment, reducing mind wandering and improving task efficiency. Third, mindfulness fosters empathy and connection. When you practice loving-kindness meditation, a type of mindfulness exercise where you cultivate feelings of compassion toward yourself and others, you activate the insular and temporoparietal junction, two brain regions involved in social cognition and perspective taking. This makes it easier to understand and relate to others' emotions, strengthening relationships and promoting a sense of belonging. Fourth, mindfulness supports resilience. Life is full of ups and downs, and while we can't control everything that happens to us, we can control how we respond. Mindfulness teaches you to approach difficulties with curiosity and openness rather than resistance or avoidance. Over time, this builds emotional resilience, the ability to bounce back from setbacks and adapt to change. Studies have shown that individuals who regularly practice mindfulness report higher levels of psychological flexibility, meaning they're better equipped to handle adversity without losing their sense of peace and purpose. Now that we've covered the science behind mindfulness, let's talk about how you can apply these findings to your morning routine. Remember, you don't need to meditate for hours to experience the benefits. Even short, consistent practices can make a big difference. Here are a few scientifically backed tips to get you started. Start small. If you're new to mindfulness, begin with just 5 minutes a day. Set a timer, sit comfortably and focus on your breath. Gradually increase the duration as you become more comfortable. Use guided meditations. There are countless apps and online resources offering guided mindfulness exercises tailored to beginners. These can help you stay focused and provide structure as you build your practice. Incorporate movement. Mindful movement practices like yoga, tai chi, or stretching combine physical activity with breath awareness, enhancing both physical and mental well-being. Practice gratitude. As we discussed earlier, gratitude rewires your brain to focus on positivity. Take a few moments each morning to write down 3 things you're thankful for. It could be something as simple as a good night's sleep or a supportive friend. Create rituals. Establishing a consistent morning routine signals to your brain that it's time to slow down and tune in. Whether it's sipping tea, journaling, or stepping outside for fresh air, find rituals that bring you joy and stick with them. One important thing to keep in mind is that mindfulness isn't a quick fix. It's a lifelong practice that requires patience and persistence. Some days you might feel deeply connected and calm. Other days your mind might wander endlessly, and that's okay. What matters most is showing up consistently, even if it's just for a few minutes, and trusting the process. Before we wrap up this chapter, I want to share a personal story. Several years ago, I was struggling with chronic stress and burnout. My mornings were chaotic, filled with frantic attempts to check off tasks before the day even began. Then I discovered mindfulness. At first, it felt awkward and uncomfortable. I didn't think I had time for it, and honestly, I doubted whether it would work. But slowly, something shifted. I noticed that my mornings became calmer, my mind clearer, and my energy more stable. Over time, mindfulness became less of a chore and more of a sanctuary, a sacred space where I could reconnect with myself and prepare for whatever lay ahead. If you're skeptical about mindfulness or unsure where to start, I encourage you to give it a try. You don't have to believe in its power right away. All you need is a willingness to experiment and see what unfolds. In the next chapter, we'll shift gears and talk about setting up your space for mindfulness, a crucial step in creating a peaceful and inviting environment for your practice. Until then, take a moment to reflect on what you've learned. How can you integrate the science of mindfulness into your daily life? What small steps can you take today to nurture your brain, body, and spirit? Remember, every journey begins with a single step. Yours starts now. Chapter 3, Setting Up Your Space. In this chapter, we're going to explore one of the most important yet often overlooked aspects of mindfulness, your environment. The space where you practice mindfulness plays a crucial role in shaping your experience. It's not just about what you do, it's also about where you do it. By creating a dedicated, intentional space for mindfulness, you signal to your mind and body that it's time to pause, reflect, and connect deeply with yourself. Let's start by acknowledging something fundamental. Our surroundings have a profound impact on how we feel and behave. Think about it. When you walk into a cluttered room, you might feel tense, distracted, or overwhelmed. On the other hand, stepping into a clean, organized space can instantly calm your nerves and clear your mind. This principle applies to mindfulness as well. While it's entirely possible to practice mindfulness anywhere, even in the middle of a crowded subway station, having a designated space can make the process easier, more enjoyable, and ultimately more effective. So, what does an ideal mindfulness space look like? Well, the truth is, there's no single right way to set up your space. It all depends on your preferences, lifestyle, and available resources. However, there are a few key elements that can help transform any corner of your home into a sanctuary of calm and presence. Let's break them down step by step. 1. Choose a quiet corner. The first step in setting up your space is finding a location that feels peaceful and free from distractions. Ideally, this should be a spot where you won't be interrupted during your practice. It doesn't need to be large. A quiet corner of your bedroom, living room, or even a closet can work perfectly fine. What matters most is that it feels inviting and safe. If noise is an issue, for example, if you live in a busy household or near a noisy street, you might consider using earplugs or playing soft background music to drown out distractions. White noise machines or apps that simulate natural sounds like rain or ocean waves can also be incredibly helpful. 2. Declutter and simplify. Once you've chosen your space, take some time to declutter it. A clutter-free environment promotes mental clarity and reduces stress. Remove anything that doesn't serve your mindfulness practice. Unnecessary furniture, piles of papers, or random knick-knack. Keep only items that bring you joy and support your intention to create a calming atmosphere. If you're short on storage space, don't worry. You can use baskets, boxes, or shelves to keep things organized and out of sight. The goal isn't perfection, but simplicity. Even small changes like tidying up a desk or folding blankets neatly can make a big difference in how your space feels. 3. Add comfortable seating. Comfort is essential for mindfulness practice. Whether you prefer sitting cross-legged on the floor, kneeling on a cushion, or lounging in a chair, make sure your seating arrangement supports good posture without causing discomfort. If you sit on the floor, consider investing in a meditation cushion or zabuton a flat mat designed specifically for seated meditation. These tools can help elevate your hips and reduce strain on your lower back. If sitting on the floor isn't feasible, a sturdy chair works just as well. Choose one with a straight back and firm seat and place your feet flat on the ground. You can also add a soft blanket or pillow for extra coziness. 4. Incorporate natural elements. Nature has a unique ability to soothe and inspire us, so incorporating natural elements into your space can enhance your mindfulness practice. Plants, flowers, or fresh-cut branches can infuse your space with vitality and beauty. Not only do they improve air quality, but they also remind us of the interconnectedness of all living things, a core tenet of mindfulness. If you don't have access to real plants, consider adding images of nature, photos, paintings, or posters to your walls. You could also use natural materials like wood, stone, or bamboo in your decor. Even a simple bowl of smooth river rocks or seashells can evoke a sense of calm and grounding. 5. Use lighting wisely. Lighting plays a critical role in setting the mood of your space. Harsh, fluorescent lights can feel jarring and uninviting, while warm, soft lighting creates a cozy and nurturing ambience. If possible, position your space near a window to take advantage of natural light. Morning sunlight is especially beneficial because it helps regulate your circadian rhythm and boosts serotonin levels, improving both mood and energy. For evenings or cloudy days, opt for lamps with dimmer switches or bulbs that emit warm tones. Himalayan salt lamps, string lights, or candles can also add a gentle glow to your space. Just be mindful of fire safety. If you choose to use candles, always extinguish them before leaving the room. 6. Engage your senses. Mindfulness is all about engaging your senses fully, so think about how you can stimulate each one in your space. For sight, include visually pleasing elements like artwork, textiles, or decorative objects that spark joy. For sound, play soothing music, nature recordings, or chants. For smell, use essential oils, incense, or scented candles to create a calming aroma. Lavender, sandalwood, and eucalyptus are popular choices for relaxation. For touch, incorporate soft fabrics like blankets, rugs, or cushions. And for taste, keep a glass of water or herbal tea nearby to sip mindfully during your practice. 7. Personalize your space. Finally, make your mindfulness space uniquely yours. Fill it with items that hold personal significance, family photos, meaningful quotes, spiritual symbols, or mementos from travels. These touches will deepen your connection to the space and reinforce its purpose. One idea is to create a gratitude altar or inspiration board. Place objects or images that remind you of things you're thankful for, whether it's a handwritten note, a pressed flower, or a cherished keepsake. Every time you glance at these items, they'll serve as reminders of positivity and abundance. Why is a dedicated space so important? Now that we've covered practical steps for setting up your space, let's talk about why having a dedicated area matters so much. First and foremost, it creates a psychological boundary between mindfulness and the rest of your life. When you consistently return to the same spot for your practice, your brain begins to associate it with calmness and presence. Over time, simply stepping into this space triggers a relaxation response, making it easier to settle into mindfulness. Second, a dedicated space eliminates decision fatigue. Without a specific area for mindfulness, you might waste precious minutes deciding where to sit, what to do, or how to begin. Having a go-to spot streamlines the process, allowing you to focus entirely on your practice. Third, a thoughtfully curated space enhances your overall experience. Surrounding yourself with beauty, comfort, and intention elevates your mindset and deepens your engagement. It transforms mindfulness from a chore into a ritual, a sacred act of self-care that nourishes your soul. Tips for maintaining your space. Creating your mindfulness space is just the beginning. To ensure it remains a source of peace and inspiration, here are a few tips for maintaining it over time. keep it clean regularly, tidy up your space to prevent clutter from creeping back in. A quick daily sweep or weekly deep clean can work wonders. Refresh it. Periodically, change up certain elements every now and then to keep your space feeling fresh and exciting. Swap out pillows, rearrange decor, or add new plants. Respect its purpose. Avoid using your mindfulness space for non-mindful activities like working, eating, or scrolling through your phone. This preserves its sanctity and reinforces its association with calmness. Be flexible. Life happens and sometimes circumstances change. If you move homes, travel frequently, or share your living space with others, adapt your mindfulness setup accordingly. Remember, the essence of mindfulness lies within you, not in the physical space itself. A final thought before moving on. As we wrap up this chapter, I want to emphasize that while creating a dedicated mindfulness space is incredibly valuable, it's not mandatory. Mindfulness is a portable practice. You can cultivate awareness and presence anywhere, anytime. That said, having a special place to retreat to can make the journey smoother, more enjoyable, and more sustainable. Take a moment to envision your ideal mindfulness space. What does it look like? How does it feel? What elements would you include to make it uniquely yours? Don't feel pressured to implement everything at once. Start small, experiment with different ideas, and trust your intuition. In the next chapter, we'll dive into one of the simplest yet most powerful tools in mindfulness, the power of breath. We'll explore how focusing on your breath can anchor you in the present moment, reduce stress, and enhance your overall well-being. Until then, give yourself permission to slow down, breathe deeply, and savor the beauty of the present moment. After all, mindfulness isn't about perfection. It's about progress. Yours starts now. Chapter 4. The Power of Breath. In this chapter, we're going to dive deep into one of the simplest yet most profound tools in mindfulness, your breath. While it may seem ordinary, after all, you've been breathing since the moment you were born, it holds extraordinary potential for transforming your mind, body, and spirit. By learning how to harness the power of your breath, you can anchor yourself in the present moment, reduce stress, and cultivate a sense of calm that stays with you throughout the day. Let's begin by acknowledging something fundamental. Your breath is always with you. No matter where you are, no matter what you're doing, your breath is there, ready to guide you back to the present moment whenever you need it. Unlike other mindfulness tools, like meditation cushions, journals, or apps, your breath requires nothing but your awareness. It's free, accessible, and infinitely patient. And yet, despite its simplicity, many of us overlook its importance until we're faced with moments of tension, anxiety, or overwhelm. So why is the breath so powerful? To answer that question, let's explore its role in both your physical body and your emotional well-being. The science of breathing. At its core, breathing is an autonomic process controlled by your brainstem. You don't have to think about it, your body does it automatically. However, unlike other involuntary functions, like digestion or circulation, you also have the unique ability to consciously control your breath. This dual nature makes breathing a bridge between your conscious and unconscious minds, allowing you to influence your nervous system directly. When you breathe deeply and slowly, you activate your parasympathetic nervous system, which is responsible for rest, relaxation, and recovery. This counteracts the effects of the sympathetic nervous system, the part of your nervous system that triggers the fight or flight response. By slowing down your breath, you signal to your body that it's safe to relax, reducing heart rate, lowering blood pressure, and decreasing levels of cortisol, the stress hormone. Research has shown that controlled breathing techniques can have remarkable effects on both mental and physical health. For example, studies conducted at Stanford University have identified specific neurons in the brain that regulate breathing patterns and their connection to states of calmness and alertness. Another study published in Frontiers in Psychology found that participants who practiced slow, mindful breathing for just 15 minutes experienced significant reductions in anxiety and improvements in mood compared to those who didn't engage in the practice. Types of breathing techniques. Now that we understand the science behind breathing, let's explore some practical techniques you can use to tap into its power. There are countless variations of breathing exercises, each with its own unique benefits. Here are a few of the most effective ones to get you started. 1. Diaphragmatic breathing, belly breathing. Diaphragmatic breathing involves engaging your diaphragm, a dome-shaped muscle located below your lungs, to draw air deep into your abdomen rather than shallowly into your chest. This technique promotes full oxygen exchange, slows your heart rate, and activates the relaxation response. To practice diaphragmatic breathing, sit or lie down in a comfortable position. Place one hand on your chest and the other on your belly. Inhale deeply through your nose, allowing your abdomen to rise while keeping your chest relatively still. Exhale slowly through your mouth, letting your belly fall inward. Repeat for several cycles, focusing on the sensation of your breath moving in and out. 2. Box breathing, square breathing. Box breathing is a structured technique often used by athletes, military personnel, and first responders to manage stress and improve focus. It involves inhaling, holding, exhaling, and pausing for equal counts, creating a rhythmic pattern that calms the mind. To practice box breathing, find a quiet space and sit comfortably. Inhale deeply through your nose for a count of 4. Hold your breath for another count of 4. Exhale slowly through your mouth for a count of 4. Pause and hold your breath again for a count of 4. Repeat the cycle for several minutes, maintaining a steady pace. 3. Alternate nostril breathing, Nadi Shodhana. Originating from yoga traditions, alternate nostril breathing balances the left and right hemispheres of the brain, promoting mental clarity and emotional stability. To practice alternate nostril breathing, sit upright with your spine straight and shoulders relaxed. Use your right thumb to close your right nostril and inhale deeply through your left nostril. Close your left nostril with your ring finger. Release your thumb and exhale through your right nostril. Inhale through your right nostril, then switch sides again. Out. Continue alternating for several cycles, synchronizing your breath with your movements. 4. 4-7-8. Breathing, developed by Dr. Andrew Weil, the 4-7-8 breathing technique is designed to induce relaxation and improve sleep quality. It combines extended exhalations with brief pauses to reset your nervous system. To practice 4-7-8 breathing, sit or lie down in a comfortable position. Inhale quietly through your nose for a count of 4. Hold your breath for a count of 7. Exhale completely through your mouth for a count of 8, making a whooshing sound. Repeat the cycle 4 times, gradually increasing the number of repetitions as you become more comfortable. How breathing impacts your mind and emotions. Beyond its physiological effects, breathing has a profound impact on your mental and emotional state. When you're stressed, anxious, or overwhelmed, your breathing tends to become shallow and rapid, perpetuating feelings of tension and unease. By consciously slowing and deepening your breath, you interrupt this cycle and create space for calmness and clarity. Breathing also serves as an anchor, a focal point that helps prevent your mind from wandering. During mindfulness meditation, for instance, focusing on your breath allows you to stay grounded in the present moment instead of getting lost in thoughts about the past or future. Even outside formal meditation, simply paying attention to your breath can bring you back to reality when you find yourself distracted or scattered. Integrating breathwork into your morning routine. Now that we've explored various breathing techniques, let's discuss how you can integrate them into your morning mindfulness practice. Here are a few suggestions. Start your day with deep breaths. As soon as you wake up, take 5 deep breaths before getting out of bed. This simple act sets a tone of presence and intention for the rest of your day. Pair breathing with gratitude. Combine your breathing practice with gratitude journaling. For example, after writing down 3 things you're thankful for, spend a few minutes focusing on your breath to internalize those positive emotions. Use breathing to transition between activities. If you move quickly from one task to another in the morning, like brushing your teeth, making coffee, or checking emails, pause for a few breaths in between to center yourself. Create a guided breathing ritual. Set aside 5 to 10 minutes for a guided breathing exercise, using apps like Calm or Insight Timer, or simply follow along with the techniques we discussed earlier. Overcoming challenges in breathwork. If you're new to breathwork, you might encounter a few challenges along the way. For example, you might feel self-conscious about focusing on your breath, especially if you're not used to doing so. Or you might struggle to maintain consistency, finding it difficult to carve out time for daily practice. Here are a few tips to help you overcome these obstacles. Be patient with yourself. Like any skill, breathwork takes time to master. Don't expect perfection right away, just show up consistently, even if it's only for a minute or 2. Experiment with different techniques. Not every breathing exercise will resonate with you immediately. Try several methods until you find one that feels natural and enjoyable. Focus on progress, not perfection. Some days your breath might feel effortless and calming, other days it might feel forced or uncomfortable. That's okay. What matters most is showing up and giving yourself permission to explore. A personal story about breathwork. Before we conclude this chapter, I'd like to share a personal story about the transformative power of breathwork. A few years ago, I was going through a particularly stressful period in my life. Deadlines were piling up, relationships were strained, and I felt constantly on edge. One day, a friend suggested I try diaphragmatic breathing to manage my anxiety. At first, I was skeptical. It seemed too simple to make a difference, but I decided to give it a shot. I started small, practicing for just 2 minutes each morning. Over time, those 2 minutes grew into 5, then 10. I began incorporating breathing exercises into other parts of my day, during commutes before meetings, even while waiting in line at the grocery store. Slowly but surely, I noticed a shift. My mind felt clearer, my body more relaxed, and my overall sense of well-being significantly improved. Breathwork became my lifeline, a tool I could rely on no matter what challenges arose. If you're feeling hesitant about exploring breathwork, I encourage you to take that first step. You don't need to believe in its power right away. All you need is a willingness to experiment and see what unfolds. A final thought before moving on. As we wrap up this chapter, I want to leave you with a reminder. Your breath is your anchor. Whenever you feel lost, overwhelmed, or disconnected, return to your breath. It's always there, patiently waiting to guide you home. Whether you're practicing mindfulness, navigating a challenging situation, or simply savor practicing the beauty of the present moment, your breath is your greatest ally. In the next chapter, we'll explore another cornerstone of mindfulness, gratitude practice. We'll delve into why gratitude is such a powerful force for transformation and how you can incorporate it into your daily life. Until then, take a moment to pause, breathe deeply, and honor the gift of being alive. After all, mindfulness isn't about achieving perfection, it's about embracing progress. Yours starts now. Chapter 5. Gratitude Practice. In this chapter, we're going to explore one of the most transformative aspects of mindfulness, gratitude. Gratitude is more than just saying thank you or acknowledging the good things in your life. It's a powerful mindset and practice that can shift your perspective, rewire your brain, and bring profound joy and fulfillment into your daily existence. By dedicating time each morning to cultivate gratitude, you set the stage for a day filled with positivity, resilience, and connection. Let's begin by reflecting on something fundamental. Gratitude is a choice. It's not dependent on external circumstances or material possessions. It's an internal state of being that you can nurture regardless of what's happening around you. Whether you're facing challenges, celebrating victories, or simply navigating the mundane moments of life, gratitude invites you to pause, notice the goodness that exists and appreciate it fully. This simple yet profound act has the power to transform how you experience the world. The science of gratitude. To understand why gratitude is so impactful, let's turn to the science behind it. Over the past 2 decades, researchers have conducted numerous studies exploring the psychological, emotional, and even physical benefits of practicing gratitude. One of the most influential figures in this field is Dr. Robert Emmons, a professor of psychology at the University of California, Davis, who has dedicated his career to studying gratitude. His research shows that individuals who regularly practice gratitude report higher levels of happiness, improved relationships, better sleep quality, and increased resilience in the face of adversity. So how does gratitude work its magic? First, it rewires your brain. When you focus on what you're thankful for, you activate the prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain responsible for decision-making, empathy, and emotional regulation. Simultaneously, you quiet the amygdala, which is associated with fear and stress. This shift creates a neural pathway that makes it easier to recognize and appreciate positive experiences over time. Second, gratitude fosters a sense of abundance rather than scarcity. Instead of fixating on what's lacking in your life, gratitude encourages you to acknowledge and celebrate what you already have. This subtle but significant shift in mindset reduces feelings of envy, dissatisfaction, and anxiety while amplifying contentment and joy. Third, gratitude strengthens social bonds. When you express appreciation toward others, whether through words, gestures, or actions, you deepen your connections and foster a sense of belonging. Studies have shown that people who feel valued and appreciated are more likely to reciprocate kindness, creating a ripple effect of positivity within communities. Types of gratitude practices. Now that we've explored the science behind gratitude, let's dive into practical ways you can incorporate it into your mornings. There are countless methods for cultivating gratitude, and the beauty of this practice lies in its flexibility. Here are some of the most effective techniques to get you started. 1. Gratitude journaling. One of the simplest and most popular ways to practice gratitude is through journaling. Each morning, take 5 minutes to write down 3 things you're grateful for. They don't need to be grand or extraordinary. They could be as small as the warmth of your blanket, the taste of your coffee, or the sound of birds chirping outside your window. The key is to be specific and heartfelt. For example, instead of writing, "I'm grateful for my family," try, "I'm grateful for the laughter I shared with my partner during breakfast." Research shows that keeping a gratitude journal can significantly boost happiness and well-being. A study published in the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology found that participants who wrote about things they were grateful for reported greater optimism, life satisfaction, and fewer physical symptoms compared to those who focused on hassles or neutral events. 2. Morning affirmations. Affirmations are positive statements that reinforce a sense of gratitude and self-worth. As part of your morning routine, recite affirmations that reflect appreciation for yourself and your life. Examples include, "I am grateful for my health and vitality. I am surrounded by love and support. Every day brings new opportunities for growth and joy." By repeating these affirmations aloud or silently, you program your subconscious mind to adopt a grateful mindset, setting a positive tone for the rest of your day. 3. Gratitude meditation. If you enjoy meditation, consider incorporating a gratitude-focused version into your practice. Begin by sitting comfortably, closing your eyes and taking a few deep breaths. Then visualize something or someone you're deeply grateful for. Imagine their presence vividly, their smile, their voice, their energy, and allow yourself to feel the warmth of gratitude filling your heart. You can also extend this gratitude outward, silently thanking the universe, nature, or a higher power for the blessings in your life. Gratitude meditation not only enhances your emotional well-being, but also cultivates compassion and interconnectedness. It reminds you that you're part of something larger than yourself, fostering a sense of humility and wonder. 4. Gratitude walks. For those who prefer movement-based practices, gratitude walks offer a refreshing way to connect with your surroundings while cultivating appreciation. Step outside, breathe in the fresh air, and pay attention to the sights, sounds, and sensations around you. With each step, silently acknowledge something you're grateful for: a blooming flower, a cool breeze, the feeling of sunlight on your skin. This practice combines mindfulness with gratitude, grounding you in the present moment while elevating your mood. It's especially effective if you live near a park, beach, or forest, where nature provides endless inspiration for gratitude. 5. Expressing gratitude to others. Finally, don't underestimate the power of expressing gratitude directly to others. Take a moment each morning to send a message of thanks to someone in your life, a friend, family member, colleague, or mentor. It could be a text, email, or handwritten note, depending on your preference. Not only does this brighten the recipient's day, but it also reinforces your own sense of gratitude and connection. Studies have shown that expressing gratitude to others boosts both parties' happiness and strengthens relationships. It creates a cycle of positivity that ripples outward, benefiting everyone involved. How gratitude transforms your life. Now that we've covered various gratitude practices, let's discuss how they can impact different areas of your life. 1. Mental health. Gratitude is a natural antidote to negative emotions like anger, frustration, and sadness. By focusing on what you're thankful for, you train your brain to seek out silver linings and opportunities for growth, even in difficult situations. This doesn't mean ignoring pain or hardship. It means acknowledging them while also recognizing the lessons or blessings they may hold. For example, if you're dealing with a challenging project at work, you might feel overwhelmed and stressed. However, by shifting your perspective, you could find gratitude for the skills you're developing, the teamwork you're experiencing, or the chance to grow professionally. Over time, this habit builds emotional resilience, helping you navigate life's ups and downs with grace and courage. 2. Physical health. Believe it or not, gratitude can improve your physical health as well. People who practice gratitude tend to engage in healthier behaviors, such as exercising regularly, eating nutritious foods, and getting enough sleep. They also report fewer aches and pains, lower blood pressure, and stronger immune systems. Why does this happen? Part of the reason lies in the mind-body connection. When you feel grateful, your body responds by releasing hormones like oxytocin and serotonin, which promote relaxation, healing, and overall vitality. 3. Relationships. Let's say, gratitude is a cornerstone of healthy, fulfilling relationships. When you express appreciation for your loved ones, whether through words, actions, or thoughtful gestures, you make them feel seen, valued, and cherished. This strengthens trust and intimacy, laying the foundation for deeper connections. Even in challenging relationships, gratitude can play a pivotal role. For instance, if you're frustrated with a coworker, taking a moment to appreciate their strengths or contributions can shift your perspective and reduce conflict. Overcoming challenges in gratitude practice. While gratitude is a universally beneficial practice, it's not always easy to maintain, especially during tough times. If you're struggling to feel grateful, here are a few tips to help you overcome common obstacles. Start small. If you're feeling overwhelmed, focus on one tiny thing you're grateful for, like a cozy bed, a sunny day, or a kind word from a stranger. Sometimes small moments of gratitude can snowball into bigger ones. Reframe difficulties. When faced with challenges, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? Or how might this situation lead to growth? shifting your perspective can uncover hidden blessings. Be consistent. Like any habit, gratitude requires repetition to stick. Even if you don't feel particularly grateful on a given day, write down 3 things anyway. Over time, the practice will become second nature. A personal story. About gratitude, before we conclude this chapter, I'd like to share a personal story about the transformative power of gratitude. Several years ago, I went through a period of intense struggle. I was juggling multiple responsibilities, feeling burned out, and questioning whether I was on the right path. One morning, a close friend suggested I start a gratitude journal. At first, I was skeptical. I didn't see how writing down a few random thoughts could change anything, but I decided to give it a try. Each morning, I wrote down 3 things I was grateful for. Some days, they were big milestones, like finishing a project or reconnecting with an old friend. Other days, they were tiny details, like the smell of rain or the taste of chocolate. Slowly but surely, I began to notice a shift. My mornings felt lighter, my days brighter, and my evenings calmer. Gratitude became my anchor, reminding me that even in the darkest moments, there was still goodness to be found. If you're hesitant about starting a gratitude practice, I encourage you to take that first step. You don't need to believe in its power immediately. All you need is a willingness to experiment and see what unfolds. A final thought before moving on. As we wrap up this chapter, I want to leave you with a reminder. Gratitude is a gift you give to yourself. It costs nothing but yields immeasurable rewards, joy, peace, connection, and resilience. Whether you choose to journal, meditate, walk, or express thanks to others, every act of gratitude enriches your life and the lives of those around you. In the next chapter, we'll explore another cornerstone of mindfulness, body scan meditation. We'll delve into how this practice helps you tune into your physical sensations, release tension, and cultivate a deeper awareness of your body. Until then, take a moment to pause, reflect on what you're grateful for, and savor the beauty of the present moment. After all, mindfulness isn't about achieving perfection, it's about embracing progress. Yours starts now. Chapter 6. Body Scan Meditation. In this chapter, we're going to explore one of the most grounding and transformative mindfulness practices, body scan meditation. This technique invites you to turn your attention inward, tuning into the sensations in your body with curiosity and compassion. Whether you're looking to release tension, cultivate self-awareness, or simply reconnect with yourself, body scan meditation offers a pathway to deeper presence and relaxation. Let's begin by acknowledging something fundamental. Our bodies are always speaking to us. They carry the weight of our emotions, the echoes of our experiences, and the wisdom of our intuition. Yet in our fast-paced, distraction-filled world, we often tune out these messages, ignoring the subtle cues that signal stress, fatigue, or imbalance. Body scan meditation is an opportunity to listen, to slow down, check in, and honor the body that supports you every single day. What is body scan meditation? At its core, body scan meditation is a practice of systematically bringing awareness to different parts of your body from head to toe. The goal isn't to change anything, but to observe what's already there: sensations, tensions, warmth, tingling, or even areas of numbness. By doing so, you develop a deeper connection with your physical self, fostering a sense of unity between mind and body. This practice has roots in ancient Buddhist traditions, particularly within the context of mindfulness meditation. However, it has been adapted and popularized in modern times through programs like mindfulness-based stress reduction, MBSR, developed by Dr. John Kabat-Zinn in the late 1970s. Today, body scan meditation is widely used as a tool for managing stress, reducing chronic pain, improving sleep, and enhancing overall well-being. The benefits of body scan meditation. So why should you incorporate body scan meditation into your morning routine? Let's explore some of the remarkable benefits supported by scientific research. 1. Stress reduction. When you focus on your body, you naturally shift your attention away from racing thoughts and worries. This creates a mental break, allowing your nervous system to reset and relax. Studies have shown that regular body scan meditation reduces cortisol levels, the hormone associated with stress, and promotes feelings of calm and tranquility. 2. Pain management. For individuals dealing with chronic pain, body scan meditation can be particularly beneficial. By observing sensations without judgment, you learn to differentiate between actual pain and the emotional response to it. Over time, this helps reduce the intensity of discomfort and fosters a more compassionate relationship with your body. 3. Improve sleep quality. Many people struggle with insomnia or restless nights due to overactive minds. Body scan meditation serves as a bridge to sleep by guiding your awareness away from intrusive thoughts and towards soothing bodily sensations. Research has shown that incorporating body scans into bedtime routines leads to faster sleep onset and deeper rest. 4. Enhanced self-awareness. Body scan meditation teaches you to notice subtle changes in your body, such as tightness in your shoulders or heaviness in your chest. These physical signals often reflect underlying emotions or stresses, helping you to address them before they escalate. Increased self-awareness also strengthens your ability to regulate emotions and respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. 5. Emotional healing. Our bodies store unresolved emotions, sometimes manifesting as tension, fatigue, or illness. By gently exploring these sensations during a body scan, you create space for emotional release and healing. This process can be deeply cathartic, promoting inner peace and resilience. How to practice body scan meditation. Now that we've covered the why, let's dive into the how. Here's a step-by-step guide to practicing body scan meditation effectively. Step 1. Find a comfortable position. Begin by finding a quiet space where you won't be disturbed. You can lie down on your back with your arms at your sides, palms facing up, or sit comfortably in a chair with your feet flat on the floor. If lying down feels too tempting to fall asleep, opt for sitting instead. Ensure your spine is straight but relaxed, and close your eyes if you feel safe doing so. Step 2. Take a few deep breaths. Before diving into the body scan, take 3 deep breaths to center yourself. Inhale slowly through your nose, feeling your abdomen rise, then exhale fully through your mouth, letting go of any tension. Allow your breathing to settle into a natural rhythm as you prepare to embark on the journey inward. Step 3. Start at the top of your head. Bring your awareness to the crown of your head. Notice any sensations here: warmth, coolness, pressure, or perhaps nothing at all. There's no right or wrong answer. Simply observe whatever arises without judgment. Spend a few moments here before moving downward. Step 4. Move systematically through your body. Continue scanning each part of your body in sequence. Forehead and temples, eyes and cheeks, jaw and neck, shoulders and upper arms, elbows and forearms, hands and fingers, chest and back, abdomen and lower back, hips and pelvis, thighs and knees, calves and shins, ankles, feet and toes. As you move through each area, notice any sensations you encounter. Are there areas of tension or tightness, warmth or coolness, tingling or numbness? If you notice discomfort, resist the urge to fix it. Instead, acknowledge it with kindness and allow it to exist without resistance. Step 5. End with whole body awareness. Once you've scanned your entire body, take a moment to bring your awareness to your whole being. Visualize your body as a unified whole, interconnected and supported. Feel gratitude for the miracle of your physical form, which carries you through life despite challenges and imperfections. Step 6. Transition gently. When you're ready to conclude, take a few more deep breaths. Wiggle your fingers and toes, stretch your body gently, and open your eyes. Take a moment to notice how you feel physically, mentally, and emotionally. Carry this sense of presence with you as you move forward with your day. Tips for enhancing your practice. If you're new to body scan meditation, here are a few tips to help you deepen your experience. Go slow. Rushing through the body scan defeats its purpose. Take your time with each section, savoring the process of discovery. A full body scan typically lasts 15-30 minutes, but shorter versions, 5-10 minutes, work well for beginners. Be patient. It's normal for your mind to wander during the practice. When you notice this happening, gently guide your attention back to the body without criticism. Remember, mindfulness is about progress, not perfection. Use guided meditations. If you prefer structure, consider using guided body scan meditations available through apps like Insight Timer, Calm, or Headspace. These recordings provide step-by-step instructions and help maintain focus. Experiment with timing. While mornings are ideal for setting a mindful tone, body scan meditation can also be practiced in the evening to wind down anytime you need a reset. Listen to your body's needs and adapt accordingly. Overcoming challenges in body scan meditation. While body scan meditation is incredibly beneficial, it's not uncommon to encounter obstacles along the way. Here are a few common challenges and strategies to overcome them. Challenge 1: falling asleep. If you find yourself drifting off during the practice, don't worry, it's a sign that your body needed rest. To stay awake, try sitting upright instead of lying down. You can also shorten the duration of your session or practice at a different time of day when you're more alert. Challenge 2: discomfort or restlessness. Some areas of your body might feel tense or uncomfortable during the scan. This is perfectly normal. Instead of resisting these sensations, acknowledge them with compassion. If necessary, adjust your position slightly to alleviate discomfort, but aim to remain still for the majority of the practice. Challenge 3: lack of sensation. It's possible to encounter parts of your body where you don't feel much sensation. This doesn't mean you're doing anything wrong, it simply reflects the current state of your awareness. Trust that with consistent practice, your sensitivity will increase over time. A personal story about body scan meditation. Before we conclude this chapter, I'd like to share a personal story about the transformative power of body scan meditation. Several years ago, I was struggling with chronic back pain caused by poor posture and stress. Conventional treatments provided temporary relief, but the discomfort kept returning. One day, a therapist recommended I try body scan meditation as part of my recovery plan. Skeptical yet desperate, I gave it a shot. Each morning I'd dedicate 15 minutes to scanning my body, paying special attention to my lower back and shoulders. At first the tension felt overwhelming, almost unbearable, but over time I noticed subtle shifts. My muscles began to soften, my breathing became easier, and the sharp edges of pain softened into manageable waves. Beyond physical relief, I experienced a profound sense of connection with my body. A realization that it wasn't my enemy but a wise ally trying to communicate. If you're hesitant about trying body scan meditation, I encourage you to take that first step. You don't need to believe in its power immediately. All you need is a willingness to experiment and see what unfolds. A final thought before moving on. As we wrap up this chapter, I want to leave you with a reminder. Your body is your home. It's the vessel through which you experience the world, express love, and pursue dreams. Taking time to care for it through practices like body scan meditation is an act of radical self-love and respect. In the next chapter, we'll explore another cornerstone of mindfulness, loving kindness meditation. We'll delve into how cultivating compassion for yourself and others can transform your relationships, enhance your emotional well-being, and foster a greater sense of connection. Until then, take a moment to pause, breathe deeply, and honor the wisdom of your body. After all, mindfulness isn't about achieving perfection, it's about embracing progress. Yours starts now. Chapter 7. loving-kindness meditation. In this chapter, we're going to explore one of the most heartwarming and transformative mindfulness practices, loving-kindness meditation, also known as metta meditation. This ancient practice, rooted in Buddhist teachings, invites us to cultivate compassion for ourselves, for others, and even for those who challenge us. By opening our hearts and extending goodwill, we create a ripple effect of positivity that benefits not only our own well-being, but also the world around us. Let's begin by reflecting on something fundamental. Love is a universal language. It transcends boundaries, heals wounds, and connects us to something greater than ourselves. Yet in our fast-paced, often self-critical world, we frequently neglect the power of love, not just romantic love, but the unconditional, expansive kind that embraces all beings. Loving-kindness meditation is a way to tap into this boundless reservoir of compassion, nurturing a sense of interconnectedness and belonging. What is loving-kindness meditation? At its core, loving-kindness meditation is about generating feelings of warmth, care, and goodwill toward yourself and others. The practice involves silently repeating phrases of kindness and directing them inwardly and outwardly. These phrases serve as affirmations, planting seeds of compassion in your mind and heart. Over time, they blossom into a profound sense of connection, empathy, and joy. The roots of loving-kindness meditation trace back thousands of years to the teachings of the Buddha. In Pali, the language of early Buddhist scriptures, metta translates to friendliness or loving-kindness. According to these teachings, cultivating metta purifies the mind, reduces anger and resentment, and fosters a deep sense of peace and contentment. Modern research has further validated these claims, showing that loving-kindness meditation enhances emotional well-being, strengthens relationships, and even improves physical health. The benefits of loving-kindness. Meditation. So why should you incorporate loving-kindness meditation into your morning routine? Let's delve into some of the remarkable benefits supported by scientific studies. 1. Emotional healing and resilience. Many of us carry emotional scars from past experiences, whether it's rejection, betrayal, or loss. Loving-kindness meditation helps heal these wounds by fostering self-compassion and forgiveness. When you direct kindness toward yourself, you acknowledge your worthiness and humanity, reducing feelings of shame, guilt, or inadequacy. For example, if you struggle with self-criticism, repeating phrases like, "May I be kind to myself," or "May I accept myself as I am," can soften harsh inner voices and promote self-love. Over time, this builds emotional resilience, empowering you to face challenges with grace and courage. 2. Improved relationships. Compassion is the glue that binds healthy relationships. When you extend loving-kindness to others, you strengthen bonds and foster a sense of trust and mutual respect. Studies have shown that individuals who practice loving-kindness meditation report higher levels of relationship satisfaction, empathy, and social connection. Even in difficult relationships, loving-kindness can play a pivotal role. For instance, if you're dealing with conflict or misunderstanding, practicing compassion toward the other person can shift your perspective, reducing animosity and promoting reconciliation. 3. Reduce stress and anxiety. When you focus on sending love and kindness, you naturally shift your attention away from stresses and worries. This creates a mental break, allowing your nervous system to reset and relax. Research has shown that regular loving-kindness meditation reduces cortisol levels, the hormone associated with stress, and increases oxytocin, the love hormone, which promotes feelings of calm and connection. 4. Enhanced empathy and altruism. Loving-kindness meditation expands your capacity for empathy and altruism, enabling you to see beyond your own needs and desires. By cultivating compassion for others, you become more attuned to their struggles and joys, fostering a sense of shared humanity. Studies have shown that individuals who practice loving-kindness meditation are more likely to engage in pro-social behaviors, such as volunteering, helping strangers, and advocating for justice. 5. Physical health benefits. Believe it or not, loving-kindness meditation can improve your physical health as well. People who practice regularly report lower blood pressure, reduced inflammation, and stronger immune systems. They also experience fewer symptoms of chronic pain and fatigue, likely due to the mind-body connection fostered by compassion. How to practice loving-kindness meditation. Now that we've covered the why, let's dive into the how. Here's a step-by-step guide to practicing loving-kindness meditation effectively. Step 1. Find a comfortable position. Begin by finding a quiet space where you won't be disturbed. You can sit cross-legged on the floor, kneel on a cushion, or recline in a chair with your feet flat on the ground. Ensure your spine is straight but relaxed, and close your eyes if you feel safe doing so. Step 2. Take a few deep breaths. Before diving into the practice, take 3 deep breaths to center yourself. Inhale slowly through your nose, feeling your abdomen rise, then exhale fully through your mouth, letting go of any tension. Allow your breathing to settle into a natural rhythm as you prepare to open your heart. Step 3. Start with yourself. Begin by directing loving kindness toward yourself. Silently repeat phrases of kindness, such as, "May I be happy. May I be healthy. May I be safe. May I live with ease." Allow these words to sink deeply into your heart, filling you with warmth and acceptance. If you find it challenging to feel self-compassion, imagine yourself as a child, or recall moments when you felt loved and supported. Step 4. Extend kindness to loved ones. Next, bring to mind someone you care about deeply, a family member, friend, or mentor. Visualize their presence vividly, their smile, their voice, their energy, and silently repeat the same phrases. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be safe. May you live with ease. Feel the love and gratitude flowing from your heart to theirs, strengthening your bond and celebrating their presence in your life. Step 5. Include neutral people. Now think of someone you encounter regularly but don't know well, a barista, cashier, or neighbor. Silently direct the same phrases of kindness toward them. Recognize their humanity and the shared experiences that connect you, fostering a sense of unity and understanding. Step 6. Challenge yourself with the difficult individuals. This step can be particularly challenging, but it's also where the true power of loving kindness lies. Bring to mind someone who has hurt or frustrated you, a difficult colleague, an estranged family member, or even someone who represents broader societal issues. Without excusing harmful behavior, silently wish them happiness, health, safety, and ease. Remember, this doesn't mean condoning their actions. It means recognizing their suffering and choosing to respond with compassion rather than anger. Over time, this practice softens resentment and promotes healing. Step 7. Expand to all beings. Finally, broaden your circle of compassion to include all living beings. Imagine sending waves of love and kindness across the globe to strangers, animals, plants, and ecosystems. Silently repeat, "May all beings be happy. May all beings be healthy. May all beings be safe. May all beings live with ease." Feel the vastness of your heart expanding, embracing the interconnected web of life. Step 8. Transition gently. When you're ready to conclude, take a few more deep breaths. Wiggle your fingers and toes, stretch your body gently, and open your eyes. Take a moment to notice how you feel, physically, mentally, and emotionally. Carry this sense of compassion with you as you move forward with your day. Tips for enhancing your practice. If you're new to loving kindness meditation, here are a few tips to help you deepen your experience. Start small. Begin with just 5 minutes per session, gradually increasing the duration as you become more comfortable. Even short bursts of compassion can yield significant benefits. Be patient. Compassion is like a muscle. It grows stronger with consistent effort. Don't expect immediate results. Instead, trust the process and celebrate small victories along the way. Use guided meditations. If you prefer structure, consider using guided loving-kindness meditations available through apps like Insight Timer, Calm, or Headspace. These recordings provide step-by-step instructions and help maintain focus. Incorporate into daily life. Extend the spirit of loving-kindness beyond formal meditation. Smile at strangers, offer sincere compliments, or perform random acts of kindness. Each gesture reinforces the habit of compassion. Overcoming challenges in loving-kindness meditation. While loving-kindness meditation is incredibly beneficial, it's not uncommon to encounter obstacles along the way. Here are a few common challenges and strategies to overcome them. Challenge 1. Resistance to self-compassion. Many people struggle to direct kindness toward themselves, especially if they're accustomed to self-criticism. To overcome this, start with simple affirmations like, "May I be kind to myself," and visualize receiving love from someone who cares deeply about you. Challenge 2. Difficulty extending compassion to others. It's normal to feel resistance when wishing happiness for someone who has hurt you. Instead of forcing yourself, acknowledge your emotions without judgment. Gradually work up to including difficult individuals, starting with neutral ones first. Challenge 3. Feeling disconnected. Some days it might feel hard to generate genuine warmth. On those occasions, focus on the intention behind the practice, rather than the intensity of emotion. Over time, consistency will yield deeper connections. A personal story about loving kindness meditation. Before we conclude this chapter, I'd like to share a personal story about the transformative power of loving kindness meditation. Several years ago, I found myself embroiled in a bitter disagreement with a close friend. Misunderstandings escalated into hurtful words, leaving both of us feeling angry and betrayed. Despite multiple attempts to reconcile, the rift remained unresolved. One day, a mindfulness teacher suggested I try loving kindness meditation as a way to mend the relationship. Skeptical, yet desperate, I gave it a shot. Each morning I'd sit quietly, visualizing my friend and silently repeating phrases of kindness. At first it felt forced, almost painful, but over time something shifted. My resentment began to soften, replaced by a growing sense of empathy and understanding. Eventually I reached out to my friend, apologizing sincerely and expressing my desire to reconnect. To my surprise, they responded warmly and we were able to rebuild our friendship stronger than ever. If you're hesitant about trying loving kindness meditation, I encourage you to take that first step. You don't need to believe in its power immediately. All you need is a willingness to experiment and see what unfolds. A final thought before moving on. As we wrap up this chapter, I want to leave you with a reminder. Compassion is a gift you give to yourself and the world. It costs nothing but yields immeasurable rewards: connection, peace, healing, and joy. Whether you choose to meditate formally, extend kindness through daily actions, or simply hold space for others, every act of compassion enriches your life and the lives of those around you. In the next chapter, we'll explore another cornerstone of mindfulness, mindful movement. We'll delve into how practices like yoga, tai chi, or walking can awaken your body and sharpen your mind, creating harmony between movement and stillness. Until then, take a moment to pause, breathe deeply, and honor the beauty of interconnectedness. After all, mindfulness isn't about achieving perfection, it's about embracing progress. Yours starts now. Chapter 8. Mindful Movement. In this chapter, we're going to explore how incorporating mindful movement into your mornings can awaken your body, sharpen your mind, and cultivate a deeper sense of presence. While mindfulness is often associated with stillness, sitting quietly, meditating, or focusing on the breath, movement offers another powerful gateway to connect with yourself and the world around you. Whether it's through yoga, tai chi, stretching, or even mindful walking, these practices invite you to embody mindfulness, turning your attention inward while honoring the wisdom of your physical form. Let's begin by reflecting on something fundamental. Our bodies are designed to move. From the moment we take our first steps as infants to the rhythmic patterns of daily life, movement is an intrinsic part of being human. Yet in our modern sedentary culture, many of us spend hours sitting at desks, staring at screens, and neglecting the innate need for motion. This disconnect not only affects our physical health, but also dulls our awareness and diminishes our vitality. Mindful movement bridges this gap, reminding us that every gesture, every step, and every stretch is an opportunity to be fully present. What is mindful movement? At its core, mindful movement is about bringing conscious awareness to physical activity. Unlike traditional exercise, which often focuses on achieving specific goals, burning calories, building muscle, or improving endurance, mindful movement prioritizes the quality of experience over outcomes. It invites you to tune into your body, notice sensations, and synchronize movement with breath. This practice has roots in ancient traditions like yoga, tai chi, and qigong, all of which emphasize the integration of mind, body, and spirit. However, mindful movement isn't limited to these disciplines. It can be applied to any form of physical activity, from dancing to gardening to simply walking mindfully. The key is to approach movement with intention, curiosity, and non-judgmental awareness. The benefits of mindful movement. So why should you incorporate mindful movement into your morning routine? Let's explore some of the remarkable benefits supported by scientific research and personal testimonies. 1. Physical health and flexibility. Mindful movement promotes circulation, strengthens muscles, and improves flexibility. Practices like yoga and tai chi gently stretch and tone the body, reducing stiffness and enhancing mobility. Over time, this leads to better posture, reduced risk of injury, and increased overall vitality. For example, yoga poses such as child's pose, downward dog, and cat-cow target different muscle groups, releasing tension and restoring balance. Similarly, Tai Chi's flowing sequences improve coordination and stability, making it especially beneficial for older adults or those recovering from injuries. 2. Mental clarity and focus. When you move mindfully, you engage both your body and your mind, creating a harmonious flow of energy. This dual focus sharpens concentration, reduces mental clutter, and enhances cognitive performance. Research shows that combining movement with mindfulness activates the prefrontal cortex, the part of the brain responsible for decision-making, problem-solving, and emotional regulation. For instance, during a mindful walk, you might pay attention to the sensation of your feet touching the ground, the rhythm of your breath, or the sights and sounds around you. These simple acts anchor you in the present moment, quieting, distracting thoughts, and fostering clarity. 3. Stress reduction and emotional balance. Physical movement is a natural antidote to stress. When you engage in mindful movement, you release endorphins, the feel-good hormones that elevate mood and reduce anxiety. Additionally, the rhythmic nature of practices like Tai Chi or yoga calms the nervous system, activating the parasympathetic response associated with relaxation and recovery. Moreover, mindful movement provides a safe outlet for processing emotions. For example, if you're feeling frustrated or overwhelmed, a vigorous sequence of sun salutations or dynamic stretches can help release pent-up energy. Conversely, gentle movements like restorative yoga or slow Tai Chi can soothe emotional turbulence and promote inner peace. 4. Enhanced body awareness. One of the most profound gifts of mindful movement is heightened body awareness. By tuning into sensations, whether it's the stretch of a hamstring, the expansion of your chest during inhalation, or the grounding of your feet, you develop a deeper understanding of your physical self. This awareness helps you detect subtle imbalances, prevent discomfort, and address issues before they escalate. For example, during a mindful yoga session, you might notice tightness in your shoulders or stiffness in your hips. Instead of ignoring these signals, you can modify your practice to address them, fostering healing and alignment. 5. Connection to nature and community. Many forms of mindful movement encourage interaction with the environment or others, fostering a sense of connection. Outdoor activities like hiking, gardening, or walking barefoot on grass immerse you in nature's beauty, grounding you in the present moment. Group practices like Tai Chi classes or partner yoga strengthen social bonds, creating shared experiences of joy and support. Studies have shown that spending time in nature reduces cortisol levels, boosts serotonin production, and enhances overall well-being. Similarly, engaging in communal movement activities cultivates a sense of belonging and reinforces positive habits. Types of mindful movement practices. Now that we've covered the why, let's dive into the how. Here are some of the most effective mindful movement practices you can incorporate into your mornings. 1. Yoga. Yoga is perhaps the most well-known form of mindful movement, combining postures, asanas, breathing techniques, pranayama, and meditation. Morning yoga sessions are particularly invigorating, helping you wake up your body, clear your mind, and set a calm, centered tone for the day. Here's a simple morning yoga sequence to get you started. Mountain pose. Stand tall, feet hip-width apart, arms relaxed by your sides. Take a few deep breaths, grounding yourself into the earth. Sun salutations. Flow through a series of poses, including forward folds, plank, upward-facing dog, and downward-facing dog, to warm up your body and energize your spirit. Warrior poses. Transition into Warrior 1 and Warrior 2 to build strength and stability while expanding your heart center. Seated forward fold. Sit with your legs extended, hinge forward from your hips and reach toward your toes, stretching your hamstrings and calming your mind. Savasana. Lie flat on your back, arms at your sides, palms facing up. Close your eyes and allow your body to relax completely, absorbing the benefits of your practice. 2. Tai Chi and Qigong. Tai Chi and Qigong are ancient Chinese practices that combine slow, deliberate movements with deep breathing and visualization. Often described as meditation in motion, these disciplines cultivate internal energy, qi, and promote harmony between mind and body. To practice Tai Chi or Qigong in the morning, find a quiet space, preferably outdoors. Begin with gentle warm-ups such as rolling your shoulders, rotating your wrists, or swaying side to side. Follow a simple sequence of movements, such as wave hands like clouds or grasp sparrow's tail, synchronizing each gesture with your breath. End with standing meditation, visualizing a golden light filling your body and radiating outward. 3. Mindful walking. Walking is one of the simplest yet most accessible forms of mindful movement. Whether you stroll through a park, along a beach, or even around your neighborhood, mindful walking transforms an ordinary activity into a meditative experience. To practice mindful walking, choose a quiet path or route. Walk slowly and deliberately, paying attention to the sensation of your feet touching the ground. Coordinate your steps with your breath. For example, inhale for 3 steps, exhale for 3 steps. Notice the details around you, the texture of tree bark, the scent of flowers, the sound of birdsong. 4. Stretching and mobility exercises. If structured practices like yoga or Tai Chi feel intimidating, start with basic stretching or mobility exercises. These routines loosen tight muscles, improve range of motion, and prepare your body for the day ahead. Here's a quick morning stretch routine. Neck rolls. Gently tilt your head side to side, front to back, and in circular motions. Shoulder shrugs. Lift your shoulders toward your ears, hold for a few seconds, then release. Repeat several times. Cat-cow. Stretch. On all fours, alternate between arching your back upward, cat, and dipping it downward, cow. Hamstring stretch. Sit with one leg extended, bend the other knee and reach toward your toes. Switch sides. Spinal twist. Lie on your back, hug your knees to your chest, then drop them to one side while extending your arms outward. 5. Dancing freely. Dance is a joyful, expressive form of mindful movement that allows you to connect with your emotions and unleash creativity. Put on your favorite music, close your eyes, and let your body sway naturally. There's no right or wrong way to dance, just move freely and authentically. Tips for enhancing your practice. If you're new to mindful movement, here are a few tips to help you deepen your experience. Start small. Begin with just 5 minutes per session, gradually increasing the duration as you become more comfortable. Even short bursts of mindful movement can yield significant benefits. Be present. Focus on the sensations in your body, the rhythm of your breath, and the environment around you. If your mind wanders, gently guide your attention back to the present moment. Listen to your body. Honor your limits and avoid pushing yourself too hard. Modify poses or movements as needed to accommodate your unique needs and abilities. Create rituals. Establish consistent morning routines that signal to your brain it's time to move mindfully. For example, roll out your yoga mat, light a candle, or play uplifting music to set the mood. Overcoming challenges in mindful movement. While mindful movement is incredibly beneficial, it's not uncommon to encounter obstacles along the way. Here are a few common challenges and strategies to overcome them. Challenge 1. Lack of time. Many people struggle to find time for mindful movement, especially in busy mornings. To address this, prioritize efficiency by combining movement with other activities. For example, stretch while brushing your teeth, do yoga poses near your bed, or take a mindful walk during your commute. Challenge 2. Physical limitations. If you have injuries, chronic pain, or mobility issues, adapt your practice to suit your needs. Use props like blocks, straps, or chairs to support your body, or choose low-impact movements like seated stretches or Tai Chi. Challenge 3. Feeling self-conscious. Some individuals feel awkward or self-conscious when practicing mindful movement, particularly in group settings. To overcome this, start in private until you gain confidence. Remember, mindfulness is about progress, not perfection. It's okay to stumble or make mistakes. A personal story about mindful movement. Before we conclude this chapter, I'd like to share a personal story about the transformative power of mindful movement. Several years ago, I was struggling with chronic fatigue and burnout. My mornings were sluggish, my energy levels low, and my motivation non-existent. One day, a friend encouraged me to try yoga as a way to recharge. At first, I resisted. I didn't think I had the patience or flexibility for it, but eventually I rolled out a borrowed mat and followed along with a beginner video. Within minutes, I felt a shift. The gentle stretches awakened my stiff muscles, the rhythmic breathing calmed my racing thoughts, and the meditative elements grounded me in the present moment. Over time, yoga became my lifeline, a source of strength and serenity that carried me through challenging days. If you're hesitant about trying mindful movement, I encourage you to take that first step. You don't need to believe in its power immediately. All you need is a willingness to experiment and see what unfolds. A final thought before moving on. As we wrap up this chapter, I want to leave you with a reminder. Movement is medicine. Every stretch, every step, and every gesture holds the potential to heal, inspire, and transform. By embracing mindful movement, you honor your body, nurture your mind, and celebrate the miracle of being alive. In the next chapter, we'll explore another cornerstone of mindfulness, managing stress throughout the day. We'll delve into practical strategies for staying grounded, focused, and compassionate amidst life's inevitable challenges. Until then, take a moment to pause, breathe deeply, and honor the wisdom of your body. After all, mindfulness isn't about achieving perfection, it's about embracing progress. Yours starts now. Chapter 9. Managing Stress. Throughout the day. In this chapter, we're going to explore how you can carry the mindfulness you cultivated in the morning into the rest of your day. While starting your morning with calmness and intention is incredibly powerful, real-life stresses, deadlines, conflicts, unexpected challenges can quickly derail your sense of peace. The good news is that mindfulness isn't limited to your morning routine. It's a practice you can weave into every moment of your day. By learning to manage stress mindfully, you'll not only protect your mental and emotional well-being, but also enhance your ability to navigate life's ups and downs with grace and resilience. Let's begin by acknowledging something fundamental. Stress is an inevitable part of life. Whether it's work-related pressure, relationship dynamics, financial concerns, or simply the demands of daily living, stress shows up in countless forms. However, what separates those who thrive under stress from those who feel overwhelmed lies in how they respond. Mindfulness equips you with tools to transform stressful moments into opportunities for growth, clarity, and connection. The nature of stress. Before diving into strategies for managing stress throughout the day, let's take a closer look at what stress actually is and why it affects us so profoundly. Stress arises when we perceive a situation as threatening or overwhelming, triggering our body's fight or flight response. This survival mechanism served our ancestors well, enabling them to escape predators or endure harsh conditions. However, in modern times, this same response often gets activated by non-life-threatening situations like traffic jams, emails, or arguments with loved ones. When stress becomes chronic, it takes a toll on both mind and body. Prolonged exposure to cortisol, the hormone released during stress, can lead to anxiety, depression, insomnia, weakened immunity, and even cardiovascular issues. Moreover, stress clouds judgment, impairs memory, and diminishes our capacity for empathy and creativity. The key to mitigating these effects lies in shifting our relationship with stress, not eliminating it entirely, which is impossible, but learning to respond to it skillfully. Mindful approaches to stress management. So how can mindfulness help you manage stress throughout the day? Let's delve into some practical techniques and strategies that you can integrate seamlessly into your routine. 1. Pause and breathe. One of the simplest yet most effective ways to diffuse stress is to pause and take a few deep breaths. When you notice tension building, whether it's tightness in your chest, racing thoughts, or irritability, stop whatever you're doing and focus on your breath. Inhale slowly through your nose, allowing your abdomen to expand. Then exhale fully through your mouth, releasing any tension. Repeat this cycle 3 to 5 times, anchoring yourself in the present moment. This technique works because it activates your parasympathetic nervous system, which counteracts the fight or flight response. Studies have shown that even brief periods of mindful breathing can lower blood pressure, reduce cortisol levels, and promote feelings of calm. 2. Use anchors to stay present. Anchors are everyday cues that remind you to return to mindfulness. These could be anything: a sound, a sensation, or a visual cue that signals it's time to pause and check in with yourself. For example, the ring of your phone could prompt you to take 3 deep breaths before answering. The feeling of a door handle in your hand might remind you to ground yourself in the present moment. The sight of sunlight streaming through a window could inspire you to savor its warmth and beauty. By associating mindfulness with familiar actions or objects, you create opportunities to reset your focus throughout the day. 3. Practice micro-meditations. If finding extended time for meditation feels challenging, consider incorporating micro-meditations into your schedule. These short bursts of mindfulness, lasting just 1 to 3 minutes, can be done anywhere, anytime. Here's how. Close your eyes, if safe, and bring your attention to your breath. Notice the sensation of air entering and leaving your nostrils. Scan your body briefly, identifying areas of tension and consciously relaxing them. Visualize a calming image, such as waves lapping against the shore or sunlight filtering through trees. Micro-meditations are particularly useful during transitions, such as moving between meetings, commuting, or switching tasks. They provide quick resets, helping you maintain clarity and composure. 4. Set boundaries around technology. Technology is a double-edged sword. It connects us to information and people, but also contributes significantly to stress. Constant notifications, endless scrolling, and the pressure to stay always on can fragment your attention and amplify anxiety. To mitigate these effects, designate specific times to check your phone or email instead of reacting impulsively to every ping. Use apps or features that limit screen time or block distracting websites during focused work sessions. Create tech-free zones or rituals, such as no devices at the dinner table or during mindful walks. By setting boundaries around technology, you reclaim control over your attention and create space for deeper presence. 5. Cultivate gratitude in real time. Gratitude isn't reserved for morning journaling. It can be practiced throughout the day to shift your perspective and reduce stress. Whenever you encounter a challenging situation, ask yourself, what can I appreciate about this moment? It could be as simple as recognizing the opportunity to learn, grow, or connect with others. For example, if you're stuck in traffic, acknowledge the gift of having a vehicle to get you where you need to go. If you receive critical feedback at work, thank the person for their insight and use it as fuel for improvement. Shifting your mindset in this way transforms obstacles into blessings, fostering resilience and positivity. 6. Engage in mindful listening. Many stressful interactions stem from miscommunication or lack of presence. When engaging with others, whether colleagues, friends, or family members, practice mindful listening. This means giving your full attention without interrupting, judging, or planning your response while they speak. To listen mindfully, maintain eye contact and adopt an open posture. Notice the speaker's tone, facial expressions, and body language. Reflect back what you hear to ensure understanding, using phrases like, "It sounds like," or "I hear that you're feeling." Mindful listening not only reduces misunderstandings, but also strengthens relationships, creating a foundation of trust and mutual respect. 7. Take mindful breaks. Our brains aren't designed to sustain prolonged focus without rest. Research shows that taking regular breaks boosts productivity, enhances creativity, and prevents burnout. Instead of mindlessly scrolling through social media or grabbing another cup of coffee, use your breaks to recharge mindfully. Here are a few ideas. Step outside for fresh air and notice the sights, sounds, and sensations around you. Do a quick stretch or movement sequence to release tension and boost circulation. Sip tea or water slowly, savoring each sip and appreciating the nourishment it provides. Even 5-minute breaks can make a significant difference in your energy levels and overall well-being. 8. Reframe challenges as opportunities. Stress often stems from how we interpret events, rather than the events themselves. By reframing challenges as opportunities for growth, you empower yourself to approach them with curiosity and courage. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this experience? How might this challenge strengthen me or deepen my understanding? Who can I reach out to for support or guidance? Reframing doesn't mean ignoring difficulties. It means choosing to see them through a lens of possibility rather than fear. Overcoming challenges in managing stress. While the strategies outlined above are highly effective, implementing them consistently can be challenging, especially in high-pressure environments. Here are a few common obstacles and tips for overcoming them. Challenge 1. Feeling too busy. When life feels chaotic, prioritizing mindfulness might seem counterintuitive. However, neglecting self-care only exacerbates stress. To overcome this, schedule mindfulness activities just as you would any other task. Treat them as non-negotiable appointments with yourself. Challenge 2. Difficulty staying present. It's normal for your mind to wander, especially when faced with distractions. Instead of criticizing yourself, gently guide your attention back to the present moment. Remember, mindfulness is a practice. It improves with repetition. Challenge 3. Resistance to change. Old habits die hard, and adopting new routines requires effort. Start small, integrating 1 or 2 mindfulness practices at a time. Celebrate incremental progress and trust that consistency will yield results. A personal story about managing stress. Before we conclude this chapter, I'd like to share a personal story about the transformative power of managing stress mindfully. Several years ago, I was juggling multiple responsibilities, work projects, family commitments, volunteer roles, and felt constantly stretched thin. Despite my best efforts to stay organized, I found myself snapping at loved ones, losing sleep, and questioning whether I was capable of handling everything on my plate. One day, a colleague suggested I try implementing mindful pauses throughout my day. Skeptical yet desperate, I decided to give it a shot. Each time I felt overwhelmed, I'd step away from my desk, take 3 deep breaths, and ask myself, what do I need right now? Sometimes the answer was a glass of water, a quick walk, or simply permission to slow down. Other times it was reaching out to a friend for support or breaking a large task into smaller, manageable steps. Over time, these tiny acts of mindfulness added up. My stress levels decreased, my relationships improved, and I regained a sense of balance and joy. Most importantly, I realized that managing stress wasn't about avoiding challenges. It was about approaching them with awareness and compassion. If you're hesitant about trying these strategies, I encourage you to take that first step. You don't need to believe in their power immediately. All you need is a willingness to experiment and see what unfolds. A final thought before moving on. As we wrap up this chapter, I want to leave you with a reminder. Stress isn't the enemy, it's how we relate to it that matters. By cultivating mindfulness throughout the day, you equip yourself with tools to navigate life's complexities with clarity, calm, and courage. Every pause, every breath, and every moment of presence is a gift you give to yourself and the world around you. In the next chapter, we'll explore another cornerstone of mindfulness, building consistency. We'll delve into how to sustain your practice over time, overcoming obstacles, and celebrating victories along the way. Until then, take a moment to pause, breathe deeply, and honor the wisdom within you. After all, mindfulness isn't about achieving perfection, it's about embracing progress. Yours starts now. Chapter 10. Building Consistency. In this final chapter of our journey together, we're going to explore one of the most critical yet often overlooked aspects of mindfulness: consistency. While starting your day with intention and practicing mindfulness techniques are incredibly powerful, their true transformative potential lies in sustained effort over time. Consistency is what turns fleeting moments of calm into lasting habits, rewires your brain for resilience, and creates a foundation for lifelong well-being. Let's begin by reflecting on something fundamental. Change doesn't happen overnight. Whether it's learning a new skill, adopting healthier habits, or cultivating mindfulness, meaningful transformation requires patience, persistence, and dedication. The same principle applies to building a consistent mindfulness practice. It's not about perfection, it's about showing up again and again, even when motivation wanes or life gets busy. Why consistency matters. To understand why consistency is so vital, let's delve into the science behind habit formation and neuroplasticity. Habits are automatic behaviors that develop through repetition. When you consistently engage in a particular activity, whether it's brushing your teeth, exercising, or practicing mindfulness, you reinforce neural pathways in your brain, making those actions easier and more natural over time. This process, known as neuroplasticity, allows your brain to adapt and rewire itself based on your experiences. Mindfulness works similarly. Each time you sit down to meditate, write in your gratitude journal, or take a mindful walk, you strengthen the neural circuits associated with awareness, compassion, and emotional regulation. Over weeks, months, and years, these small, consistent efforts compound, leading to profound shifts in how you think, feel, and interact with the world. Moreover, consistency builds trust with yourself. When you commit to a daily practice, you demonstrate reliability and discipline, qualities that foster self-respect and confidence. You also create a sense of stability in routine, which can be incredibly grounding during chaotic times. The challenges of building consistency. While the benefits of consistency are undeniable, maintaining a regular mindfulness practice isn't always easy. Life has a way of throwing curveballs, unexpected deadlines, family emergencies, illnesses, or simply bad moods that disrupt even the best laid plans. Additionally, many people struggle with common obstacles like procrastination, self-doubt, or lack of motivation. Let's explore some of these challenges and strategies for overcoming them. Challenge 1. Lack of time. One of the most frequent excuses for skipping mindfulness practices is, "I don't have enough time." While modern life can indeed feel overwhelming, mindfulness doesn't require hours of commitment. Even 5 minutes of focused breathing, stretching, or journaling can make a significant difference. To address this challenge, prioritize mindfulness by scheduling it into your calendar, just as you would any other important task. Combine mindfulness with existing routines. For example, practice deep breathing while brushing your teeth or stretch during TV commercials. Break larger practices into smaller chunks throughout the day, such as a 2-minute meditation in the morning and another before bed. Challenge 2. Resistance or boredom. It's normal to feel resistant or bored with mindfulness practices, especially if they become repetitive. To keep things fresh and engaging, experiment with different techniques, such as switching between yoga, tai chi, and guided meditations. Incorporate variety into your environment. Try practicing outdoors using essential oils or playing calming music. Set micro goals or challenges, such as completing a 30-day gratitude journal or mastering a new yoga pose. Challenge 3. Unrealistic expectations. Many people abandon mindfulness practices because they expect immediate results. They might think, "I've been meditating for a week, but I still feel stressed," or "yoga hasn't cured my anxiety yet." Remember, mindfulness is a journey, not a destination. Progress may be slow and subtle, but it's no less impactful. To overcome unrealistic expectations, focus on the process rather than the outcome. Celebrate small wins like showing up for your practice or noticing subtle shifts in your mood. Keep a journal to track your experiences and reflect on your growth over time. Be kind to yourself. If you miss a day or even a week, don't beat yourself up. Simply acknowledge it without judgment and return to your practice the next opportunity you get. Challenge 4. External distractions. Noise, interruptions, and environmental factors can derail your mindfulness practice. To minimize distractions, create a dedicated space for mindfulness, free from clutter and interruptions. Use noise-canceling headphones or play white noise to drown out background sounds. Communicate your boundaries to others. For example, let family members know you need uninterrupted time for your practice. Strategies for building consistency. Now that we've identified common challenges, let's explore practical strategies for building and sustaining a consistent mindfulness practice. 1. Start small. When establishing a new habit, it's tempting to aim high, to commit to an hour-long meditation session or a full yoga class every morning. However, research shows that starting small increases the likelihood of long-term success. Begin with manageable goals such as meditating for 3 minutes each day, writing down one thing you're grateful for, taking 5 mindful breaths before starting work. Once these mini practices become second nature, gradually increase their duration or complexity. 2. Use reminders and anchors. Reminders and anchors help integrate mindfulness into your daily routine, ensuring you don't forget or neglect your practice. Examples include setting alarms or notifications on your phone to remind you to pause and breathe. associating mindfulness with specific triggers, such as drinking your first cup of coffee or stepping outside for fresh air. Placing visual cues around your home, like sticky notes with affirmations or inspiring quotes. 3. Track your progress. Tracking your progress provides motivation and accountability. Consider using tools like a habit tracker app to log your daily practices, a physical journal where you record reflections, insights, or milestones, a vision board displaying your intentions and achievements. Seeing tangible evidence of your efforts can boost morale and reinforce commitment. 4. Find accountability partners. Sharing your mindfulness journey with others can enhance consistency and provide support. Join a local meditation group, enroll in an online course, or partner with a friend who shares your goals. Regular check-ins, shared experiences, and mutual encouragement can make all the difference. 5. Embrace imperfection. Perfectionism is one of the biggest barriers to consistency. Instead of striving for flawless execution, embrace imperfection as part of the process. Some days will flow effortlessly, others might feel challenging. That's okay. What matters most is showing up, even if it's just for a few moments. 6. Align practices with your values. Connecting mindfulness to your core values amplifies its significance and strengthens your resolve. Reflect on why mindfulness matters to you. Is it about reducing stress and improving health? Do you want to deepen relationships or cultivate compassion? Are you seeking greater clarity, purpose, or fulfillment? When your practices align with your values, they become non-negotiable priorities rather than optional add-ons. The power of micro-habits. Another effective strategy for building consistency is leveraging micro-habits, tiny, actionable steps that require minimal effort but yield significant results over time. For example, before getting out of bed, take 3 deep breaths and set an intention for the day. During meals, chew each bite 10 times and savor the flavors. Before falling asleep, mentally review 3 positive experiences from the day. These micro-habits are easy to implement, require little time, and seamlessly integrate into your existing routines. Over time, they accumulate, creating a ripple effect of mindfulness throughout your day. Celebrating milestones along the way. Finally, don't underestimate the importance of celebrating milestones along your mindfulness journey. Acknowledging progress, no matter how small, boosts motivation and reinforces positive behavior. Here are a few ways to celebrate. Treat yourself to something special like a relaxing bath, a favorite snack, or a quiet evening reading. Share your accomplishments with friends or loved ones, inviting them to cheer you on. Reflect on how far you've come, noting improvements in your mental, emotional, or physical well-being. Remember, consistency isn't about achieving grand feats. It's about embracing incremental growth and honoring the journey itself. A personal story about building consistency. Before we conclude this chapter, I'd like to share a personal story about the power of consistency in mindfulness. Several years ago, I embarked on a 100-day meditation challenge, a commitment to meditate for at least 5 minutes every single day. At first, it felt daunting. Some mornings I struggled to find the energy. Other days, my mind raced uncontrollably, but despite the ups and downs, I stuck with it, trusting the process. By the end of the 100 days, something remarkable had shifted. Meditation no longer felt like a chore. It had become a cherished ritual, a sanctuary where I could retreat whenever life felt overwhelming. More importantly, I noticed tangible changes in my mindset and behavior. I was calmer under pressure, more patient with others, and better equipped to navigate challenges with clarity and compassion. If you're hesitant about committing to a consistent practice, I encourage you to start small and trust the process. You don't need to believe in its power immediately. All you need is a willingness to show up again and again and see what unfolds. a final thought before moving on. As we wrap up this chapter and our journey together, I want to leave you with a reminder. Mindfulness is a lifelong practice, not a destination. There will be days when you feel connected, centered, and inspired. Other days, you might feel distracted, frustrated, or unmotivated. That's perfectly normal. What matters most is your commitment to returning to the present moment, again and again, with kindness and curiosity. In the closing section of this video, we'll reflect on everything we've explored and offer final words of encouragement as you continue your mindfulness journey. Until then, take a moment to pause, breathe deeply, and honor the courage it takes to embark on this path. After all, mindfulness isn't about achieving perfection, it's about embracing progress. Yours starts now. As we come to the close of this journey together, I want to take a moment to thank you for showing up, for investing in yourself, and for embracing the transformative power of mindfulness. Over the past 2 hours, we've explored 10 chapters that have guided you through the art of starting your day with calm and gratitude, rooted in Buddhism, meditation, and modern science. From understanding the essence of morning mindfulness to building consistency over time, each step has been designed to empower you to live with greater presence, compassion, and joy. Let's pause for a moment and reflect on what we've uncovered. We began by defining morning mindfulness and recognizing its potential to set the tone for your entire day. We delved into the science behind mindfulness, discovering how it rewires your brain, reduces stress, and enhances well-being. We created sacred spaces for practice, learned to harness the power of breath, and cultivated gratitude as a cornerstone of positivity. Through body scan meditations, loving kindness practices, and mindful movement, we connected deeply with our bodies and hearts. We explored strategies for managing stress throughout the day and built tools for sustaining consistency, even amidst life's inevitable challenges. But remember, this isn't just about knowledge, it's about action. The true magic of mindfulness unfolds when you bring these practices off the screen and into your daily life. Whether it's taking 3 deep breaths before responding to an email, pausing to appreciate the warmth of sunlight on your skin, or extending kindness to someone who needs it most, every act of mindfulness ripples outward, touching not only your own life but also the lives of those around you. Mindfulness is a gift, a way of being that invites you to slow down, pay attention, and savor the richness of the present moment. It reminds us that life isn't lived in some distant future, it's happening right here, right now. And while there will always be distractions, responsibilities, and uncertainties, mindfulness equips you with the tools to navigate them with grace and resilience. If there's one thing I hope you'll carry forward from this video, it's this. Mindfulness isn't about perfection, it's about progress. Some mornings will feel effortless, filled with clarity and peace. Other mornings might feel chaotic, leaving you wondering if you're doing it right. But here's the truth. You are enough, exactly as you are. Every breath, every stretch, every moment of presence is a victory worth celebrating. As you continue your mindfulness journey, I encourage you to approach it with curiosity and compassion. Experiment with different techniques, adapt them to suit your unique needs, and trust yourself to find what resonates most deeply. Remember, there's no single right way to practice mindfulness. It's a personal exploration, a lifelong adventure that evolves alongside you. Before we part ways, I'd like to leave you with a heartfelt invitation. Share this practice with others. Whether it's introducing a loved one to gratitude journaling, inviting a friend to join you for a mindful walk, or simply modeling presence in your interactions, spread mindfulness creates a ripple effect of positivity and connection. Together, we can cultivate a kinder, more compassionate world, one breath at a time. Finally, I want to express my deepest gratitude for allowing me to guide you on this journey. Your presence here matters. It's a testament to your courage, openness, and desire to grow. If you found this video helpful, please consider subscribing to the Mindful Zone for more content like this. Share it with someone who might benefit, leave a comment sharing your thoughts or experiences, and let's continue this conversation together. Until next time, may your mornings be filled with calm, your days infused with purpose, and your nights wrapped in peace. May you move through life with awareness, gratitude, and love for yourself, for others, and for the beautiful, imperfect miracle of existence. Namaste.